Here's a nice fish. Look at that, folks. Nice flounder there, Gary.
Thank you.
Boy, these fish are coming off fast and furious. Let me move this out of the way for you.
It's 12.5. We'll keep him.
Are we,
Up. I think there's one on here too.
Yep. There we go. Oh! Boy, he's almost suspended in the middle of the chum slick when he took that. Almost like I was jigging him. Look at that. There's another keeper. Hey, folks, welcome to this week's show. I'm out here in the Moriches Bay in East Moriches, coming out of Silly Lily Fishing Station with my good buddy Gary here from Silly Lily, and we're doing some winter flounder fishing. You heard me right. Right, Gary? Winter flounder fishing.
Winter flounder fishing when the weather's nice.
That's right. It's the middle of June. This is the best run of the entire year for flounder, basically almost on the entire island in the New York metro area. Moriches Bay, big flounder in the heat of summer, winter flounder in the heat of the summer, and you'll see some striped bass, a lot of other action here on Moriches Bay. It's coming up for you next, right here on the fish line. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And we'll put him in the cooler here, Gary. Another keeper. Ooh, baby.
All right, folks, celebrating our second decade, it's time for the Northeast Premier Fishing Show, The Fishing Line with Rich Johnson. The Fishing Line is brought to you by Boaters World, boating and fishing for the world, Boaters World. And by the Outdoor Channel, real outdoors for real people, the Outdoor Channel. Also brought to you in part by Bomber Lures, tie one on. Silver Thread Line, Performance Technology Line. Yum Baits, start a feeding frenzy. Daiichi Hooks, the world's sharpest hooks. Yamaha, when you want the best. And by Lipa, the power of change.
Hey folks, you've been coming to the fishingline.com site for years for the only up-to-the-minute fishing reports on the web. Now get the same great reports 24 hours a day by telephone. That's right, the new Fishing Line report line is up and running, and best of all, it's free. No membership fees, no pay-by-the-minute fees that cost you nothing. A free phone call for the best updated reports 24 hours a day, all by phone. Call 516-977-2088, 516-977-2088.
Last brace signal.
There he is.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Silver Thread, Performance Technology Fishing Line.
The Outdoor Channel is the channel you've been waiting for. We bring you the real outdoors with hours of hunting action each and every day. If real outdoor entertainment is what you're looking for, then you need the Outdoor Channel. Call your cable provider to let them know that you want the only real outdoor network, the Outdoor Channel.
Getting back to the water temperature, I think what I've noticed is when the water gets up to about 55, that's usually when the flounder bite is the best.
Right.
So, there's also a maximum temperature. When it starts getting too warm, you're only going to catch fish when the at the top of the tide. You got a fish on there, Rich.
Oh yeah, here we go. Everybody in the island's flew crazy. This is your chance to get on some flounder fishing.
It looks pretty good.
It does feel good. What is it? Oh, that's a big flounder. We have a net on the boat?
No, I don't have a net.
All right, let me swing him in here, Gary. That is a big flounder right there. There we go. That's...
Whoa, that's over a pound, pound and a half.
Man, that's a nice flounder right there. Oh yeah, look at that. So really your last chance of the season is this month of June, because the fall flounder fishing is nowhere near what it used to be.
Well, it gets good right around Thanksgiving, which is right before it closes.
Look at that. You can't complain about that. Look at how thick that flounder is, baby. Look how, that is a fat flounder, Gary, baby.
Wait till, that's about half the size of some of the ones I've seen the last couple of weeks.
Wow. I keep breaking these sinkers off. This line might be too light for my snafu rigs here. Let me finish tying this. Oh, there's a big one too. What do you got there, Gary?
Feels pretty good. Not too big. Yeah, he's gonna go back.
There we go. There we go. There's a nice one.
Stuck in there. You gotta be patient.
Ooh, this was taking some drag on me here, Gary. Look how clear that water is, baby. Look, I'm spitting up the chum too. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's a keeper. I can see the chum pot here in 8 feet of water. I can just look down and see my 5-gallon chum pot. And as the flounder comes halfway up, I'm able to see him as I'm fighting a fish. That's a keeper, no problem. Look, nice looking flounder there. This black back. So I just got to stick it out and pick away at him. Let's see what we can do here. Get a couple more. Make sure you bounce that chum pot and get that chum stirred up.
Yeah, I'm going to throw a couple of mussels over.
Throw a few mussels over. What's great about fishing here in Moriches Bay is the water's so clear I can actually see the direction my chum is going to make sure that my line's in the right spot. Of course, it'd be nice if some of the local folks were a little nicer going in between these boats at 40 miles an hour, that's for sure. Oh, there's one.
You're going to see some big fish here now.
Woo! I love hard fighting flounder. There we go. Man, and there's no doubt in these fish are keepers too, boy. They're thick, they're fat, they're going to taste good tonight. Woo, baby. Nice flounders here. Blue and yellow beads, Gary. Flounders love that blue color. I don't know why. Almost all my rigs I tie blue and yellow, blue and pink, but I always got blue in them. That's nice. They're taking both hooks, top hook, bottom hook. There we go. Oh, he's taking some drag. Look at him. He's taking some drag. Now we're talking.
Nice one.
Oh, baby. As the tide slows down, you're starting to get them come up now. And sometimes some of the larger flounder we picked actually came on a hard-moving tide. And as the tide slows down, you start getting maybe a few smaller fish. But with the chum pot we got, we'll be able to combat that and actually keep bringing them around. Because you're starting to see, when you're fishing in Moriches, you get like a parking lot here on the weekend sometimes, right, Gary?
Yep, and everybody will be catching fish. Things have changed. A lot of people who frequented fishing stations were fanatics and die-hard fishermen. A lot of them bought boats. That's part of it. Part of it is people don't have they don't have the time to fish. Like I was telling you before, the weekdays used to be busy.
Right.
Now everybody's working 2 jobs to try to make ends meet, and they don't have the time take off during the week. I'll be one of the first ones to admit that the flounder fishing itself isn't as good as it used to be. It's a shadow of that.
And that really was a big draw for the fishing stations, flounder in April and May, wasn't it?
Well, the flounder made the season longer. Now it's come down to almost a 3-month season, Memorial Day to Labor Day.
Right.
In the old days, it used to be St. Patty's Day to Thanksgiving, and we were busy the whole time. I mean, I'm open St. Patty's Day, but we really don't see any substantial rentals until it becomes sunny and 80. Well, the nice thing about Moriches, like you just said, it doesn't get that hot down here because the ocean's so close. So when you do get the warmer days, the wind usually switches to the south.
Right.
And since the ocean's cold, it doesn't get too hot right here.
Its marine-inspired 16-valve double overhead cam electronic fuel-injected design makes it the world's first 150-horsepower 4-stroke EFI outboard. Turn-the-key reliability makes it a Yamaha. Its versatility makes it one of a kind. The new Yamaha F-150, whisper quiet, fuel efficient, clean burning, and rivals the acceleration of a V6 two-stroke. It's part of Yamaha's family of exceptionally reliable 4-strokes for 2004.
Captains and guides have known for years the blood red color triggers a natural feeding response in fish. Fish ignore popular colors, but they can't resist taste testing the bleeding bait color. Now you can add the world's sharpest hooks and the natural feeding response in fish with Daiichi's bleeding bait hooks. In tests across the country, Daiichi bleeding bait hooks outfished ordinary hooks as much as 3-to-1. Whether you're worming for bass or chunking stripers, outfish your friends with Daiichi bleeding bait hooks.
So, what can we do to conserve electricity? Yeah.
Turn off the lights in my living room.
Okay.
Turn off the air conditioner before we leave the house, right?
Right, and set the thermostat to 78 degrees. Use timers and clean the air filters.
What about those funny looking light bulbs?
You mean energy efficient light bulbs? Great idea. And tell your parents to buy products with the Energy Star label. They'll conserve energy and save even more money on their electric bills.
LIPA. More choice, better service.
Hey fishermen! For the most comprehensive reports and fishing information on the internet, log on to www.thefishingline.com. Thefishingline.com has fishing reports for boats, surf, freshwater, or party and charter boats for Long Island's tri-state area. Now you can listen to the Fishing Line radio show live on the web, Saturdays at 4 p.m. or see video clips of the TV show. Know where they are, not where they were, with thefishingline.com. What you need to know in fishing, it's www.thefishingline.com.
You see a difference here at all with bloodworms versus sandworms in this late May, June fishing, Gary?
You know what? Sandworms work fine. Of course, if I have a guy go fishing with bloodworms, they'll tell me they're only hitting on bloodworms, and the next guy will come back and say they were only hitting on sands. The problem this year is that bloodworms went out of sight as far as the price.
They're $12 a dozen.
They're $1 a piece, and I just decided not to carry them this year. You know, I had a guy came out the other day, and he was, all he had was clams, and he put clams on the hook. He was catching them on clams. So it pays to try a little bit of everything. Mussels, some sandworms, clams. Maybe one day they'll come out with a synthetic worm.
I don't know, but so far today it's all sandworms. They really haven't touched the mussels. We actually just did away with using the mussels.
I just had a bite. Here we go. The 3.5 pounder.
Come on, Gary. Come on, Gary. Show them what Silly Lily's made of here.
Feels like a good one. Double header.
Double header. That's what I'm talking about. And a big one, too. Don't lose that one. Nice. Let me help you here, Gary. Look at this one. That's 2.5, almost 3 pounds there. That's a big fish. Folks, these are some of the biggest shouldered and fattest flounders I've ever seen. That is incredible. That fish is that thick.
See, I told you, Rich, I don't catch those small ones.
Look at that. That is beautiful, man. In fact, I want to get a couple pictures. What's that?
On the mussel.
That was on the mussel?
Yeah.
I stand corrected. There we go. There's another one. Oh, this was taking drip.
There's big fish here.
Oh, Lord. Oh, man.
Nice fish.
That was beautiful. Ooh. Whoa! So what I do is I want to get them coming one way so I can swing them. Like that.
Nice. Nice flounder.
Oh, baby. Come on, come on. Oh, man. These are some tackle busters here, Gary. Woo! Giant flounders, man. I'm just amazed at how thick these are and the size of the shoulders and how strong they are. Man, oh, man. Now we got them cranking. Oh.
Feels like a good one.
Set the hook, set the hook.
It's a big, nice one.
Oh, that's a nice one. Swing this way. Swing. There we go. Ooh. And this one's still covered in the mud here.
Yeah. Oh, it's got him up in time.
That's a keeper too. Look at that. I don't know if he's just pigmented.
He's pigmented differently.
He's pigmented. He's got almost dark stripes on him. Look at that. That's pretty weird. But you got to be prepared in here, folks, because these are some big flounder. If you notice, I'm not fishing with 6 or 8 pound tests and light little spinning reels like I normally would in March, April, maybe early May, because what happens here in Moriches, you got a lot of bass coming in here, and Gary, there's people catching keeper bass on these flounder hooks all the time, right?
Yep, I've seen a couple of 20 pounders come in.
Right? Which is why I'm using what I'm using today. So let's go to our tackle segment and show you what we're using on today's show. You know, as Gary and I discussed, our flounder tackle is medium light flounder tackle, but not so light as we would use in the spring, because you're going to have striped bass coming through here, bluefish, large doormat, fluke, and Moriches Bay as well. So I want a rod that's a fiberglass rod, about 5.5 or 6 feet. It's got a lot of bend in it, because when you're using small flounder hooks like we are, it's that give and that bend in the rod that's going to protect you from straightening out those flounder hooks or pulling it out of a bass's mouth, and that's going to allow you to catch some larger fish in the bay, and you also have great fun fighting the flounder with light tackle and a bending rod like that. Our rig today is a simple snafu flounder rig. I like a lot of beads. I don't like a lot of metal swivels because I'm using a simple snafu rig, which is up for you on the screen now, which we've used in the past. It's a great flounder rig, allows the flounder to pick it up and move away with it without feeling the weight of the sinker. And by doing that, you're going to catch a flounder and you'll be protected in case you get some larger bass come through the slick as well. Let's get back to some of the fishing with Gary right now. Yep, there we go. This feels like a good one, too. Ooh, yeah, here we go. Come on. I got no, there we go. I'll put this up here like this. Nope, he didn't come back.
Oh, he's on mine, Rich.
You got him, Gary?
Yeah. Oh, this is at least 3 pounds. Nah, not that big. Big enough.
Boy, they're fighting. These are big-shouldered, tackle-busting, barn door flounder. We've seen some 3-pounders caught around us here today, that's for sure. No doubt about that. That's the keeper, yeah?
Yeah, it's 13 inches.
It's time for our tip of the week, brought to you by Boaters World, boating and fishing for the world.
You know, folks, part of the fishing game is protecting your gear. That includes your fishing line. Don't leave your reels in the trunk of your car. Don't leave the reels in the dashboards of your car. You'll cook the line. The UV environment we have, that's why you wear a sunblock or a sunscreen. We do the same thing for fishing line now with the Kevin Van Dam line and lure conditioner. It has no oily residue. It'll eliminate line twist. It protects your line, it coats your gear, and extends the life of your fishing line. That's what it's all about. With good, strong line, you can make sure you put that trophy in a boat, and that's our Boaters World Tip of the Week.
Does this look familiar? Try shopping at Boaters World. Everything for boating, for fishing, for better times. Boaters World. Deep, deep discounts on over 20,000 marine products.
Hey fishermen! For the most comprehensive reports and fishing information on the internet, log on to www.thefishingline.com. Thefishingline.com has fishing reports for boats, surf, freshwater, or party and charter boats for Long Island's tri-state area. Now you can listen to the Fishing Line radio show live on the web, Saturdays at 4 p.m. or see video clips of the TV show. Know where they are, not where they were, with thefishingline.com. What you need to know in fishing, it's www.thefishingline.com.
Bomber. The one and only. The one and only Bomber.
Hey folks, Rich Johnson here. I've used Seeker rods on TV and in my personal use for years now. Why? Because they help me catch big bass, blues, fluke, and other game fish. Seeker fishing rods are handcrafted here in the USA with advanced technology and performance, all guaranteed with a lifetime warranty, so why settle for less? Seeker has 25 years rod building experience, and take it from me, inshore, offshore, and now surf fishing, Seeker is the rod for you. Find Seeker rods at bait and tackle shops or on the web at www.seekerrods.com. I know why you got to keep your eye on your rod there, Gary. That's a baby. He still almost took my rod in the water. That's how strong these fish are here. They're certainly aggressive enough.
Yeah, they're hungry.
And a lot of these flounder to go back, they may not make it to the bottom with the bass population in the bay here too.
Whoa! That one was just sitting on it.
Feel like a nice one again?
Yeah, it's a nice one.
Oh, it is a nice one, yep. When you can get one of flounder like this in the middle of June, they're all nice fish. Oh, yeah.
That looks like a good one, Rich.
Woo! Whoa, Nelly! That's what I'm talking. That's what I'm talking right there. That's a nice flounder. That's, man, oh man. He's tough, baby. And you gotta use pliers to take hooks out of flounders. You got some bulldogs here. Got another bite?
No, I'm just gonna break open a couple of mussels.
Woo! Big, beautiful flounder. Well, I really appreciate the offer to come out here, Gary. This is great fishing.
Well, it gives me an excuse to get out of here, too.
Thing you said the last time you were fishing was the last time we came fluking with you back in the
5 years ago.
2000 season. We haven't come out to sea in a while.
I'm busy fixing everybody's boats.
I'm going to make sure I'm back here every May and June for this fishing. This is phenomenal fishing, you Gary. You know, Gary, we're having great flounder fishing today, and that's what Moriches Bay really has become, is a flounder haven in May and June, right?
Yeah, May and June are the 2 best months of the year. For the last 25 years that I've had the place, I've noticed that. I've always told people they don't have to come out in March and April when the weather's terrible, the wind is howling. We're fortunate that the water temperatures in Moriches stay cold, so that the flounders will be here right through. They actually be here right through July, but the season ends June 30th.
With the flounder season closing on June 30th, the fluke, which are already in the bay and being caught, some nice 4- and 5-pounders already, the fluke take you through the summer with the striped bass until the porgies and the kingfish in the fall, right?
Yeah, July and August are the 2 best months for fluke. In July and August, the incoming tide for the fluke. Right now, it's the outgoing tide where the water's a little bit warmer. That's when you catch them. But in the summertime, come August, we start getting a mixed bag. You get the snappers that come in, you get kingfish, blowfish, porgies, spot, and a couple other kinds of fish.
There he is. There we go, there we go.
There we go.
Oh!
It's a nice one, too.
Oh, that's a nice one, Gary. Boy, we're in shallow water. You lift a rod up and you can see your fish and how big it is. There we go. Ooh, baby. We're just finishing up the tide. I'm going to start working both sides of the boat. There we go, because any tide, chum that would have been around the boat is going to flow out on the other side just at the slack and the turn. That's a keeper. Boy, this is some keeper ratio here, Gary.
Yeah, they're almost all keepers.
Really, it's fantastic. Gary, looks like the tide's just about done, huh?
Yeah, I think it's it. Looks like everything stopped.
Let me check the chum pot. See what's going on. Yeah, I kind of knew it. Chum's gone. The tide is gone. Our bait is gone. And our half hour is gone. It's time to go home. Gary, thank you very much for being a guest, man. Great job.
My pleasure, Rich. I'm glad we hit some fish today.
This is great, baby. Folks, get out here to Silly Lily Fishing Station in Moriches. Phenomenal fishing. They open up in the spring. You get flounder in April and May, combination flounder and fluke in May and June, striped bass, kingfish, porgies, and bayers alive. And get out and visit your local rental station or come out here and see Gary. And I want to thank Gary again for being a guest on the show. And thank you folks for being with us here every Saturday morning. No matter where we are, it's in your backyard. New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. We'll see you next week right here in the fishing line. All right, Gary, let me just check this out. The bait's gone. Let me just check this one bait in the line in here and see what we got. Nope, that's it. Time to go.
To add the uncut extended copy of this program to your library with unseen catches and captain's interviews, just follow the directions on the screen. The Fishing Line with Rich Johnson was brought to you by Boaters World, boating and fishing for the world. Boaters World. And by the Outdoor Channel, real outdoors for real people. The Outdoor Channel. Also brought to you in part by Bomber Lures, tie one on. Silver Thread Line, performance technology line. Yum Baits, start a feeding frenzy. Daiichi Hooks, the world's sharpest hooks. Yamaha, when you want the best. And by LIPA, the power of change. We'll see you next time on The Fishing Line. So long, everybody.